So, you wanna learn how to make your own RPG? I'm here just for you. In this tutorial, we will learn how to control this wonderful character, which is Rick Sanchez, and you can walk around, look drunk as hell, kill things, etc, etc. All that setup in this tutorial, it's quite long, but I believe that you can do it. And don't be afraid, I memed the hell out of it, but it's still pretty valuable. So, see ya! Okay, let's get started. We are in Unreal Engine tab in Epic Games Epic Launcher, and we will launch latest version of Unreal. It's possible that you will have a different number here, it shouldn't matter. Let's run it and create new empty project. Okay, here we go. We want to create game, third person, which is where? Third person character. Click on next. Okay, and let's call it Rick's RPG. You will understand very soon why. Everything will be same with starter content. I don't think that we need starter content, so simply disable it. Set it to no starter content and create project. Okay, it will create the project. Once it will start, you can simply close it. Okay, so as I said, let's close it and go back to Epic Launcher, and we will go to Marketplace, and we need to download some stuff firstly. And let's go to search bar and right here Infinity Blade, I believe it was called, which is sets of pack that Unreal or Epic released just for us for free. And the only thing we will need for this video is infinite blade weapons. And in your case there will be downloaded or acclaim it, probably written here just free. I will just click add to project and add it to Rick's RPG, add to project. It will download all these assets and put that in your project. So now we have a lot of weapons, which is exactly what you should give to kids. Sweet. Second thing we need to do is to get us some character. So for that we will use website which is called Sketchfab, link in the description of course. And let's find here some characters. If you are looking for something specific, simply right there. What you are looking for example, Spider-Man. Make sure that you click on downloadable, and you want to download something in T-pose, which is mostly this. It's not exactly T-pose, but it will help you quite a lot. But for make sure that it's downloadable and it's under a CC attribution, which means that you can use it even in commercial projects. If you are not going to use it in commercial projects, it doesn't matter what is written there, as long as you can download it. Okay, but I am not going to use down Spider-Man because I'm going to meme the hell out of it, which means I'm going to use my dear bro Rick Sanchez. Oh yeah. One more thing, when you are downloading it, make sure that you download it in FBX. Okay. In the archive which you downloaded will probably be some textures and some model, which is exactly what you need for now. And for that, go to Mixamo page, which is page that will help us animate it, made by Adobe. Sign up here or log in if you already have Adobe account. Okay, which I won't show you of course, simply because I am too rich to let you, whatever, I don't know what I'm saying, let's just keep going. Now simply click right here, upload your character, and put here exactly this model. If it won't work, try to find different character. Or if you are skilled in 3D modeling, you know what to do. Okay, now it's pretty simple, so I'm not going to record it. Simply follow the steps which it will tell you to do. Okay, after following everything, you will have this weird alien, at least if you are using Rick. And now we will choose some animations that we can use. First we need to do is some simple walk animation. And because Rick is all drunk, so I'm going to write here simply drunk and see what it finds. I'm just joking, of course I know what it will find. What do you think? I'm not prepared for my own videos. And let's get drunk walk. Adobe will be probably lagging so much, so if it doesn't work you can simply reload the page, it will probably work. And make sure that you set that animation in place if you can. Thank you Adobe, I knew it will be so fast. fastest on the freaking world. Okay, now we have it in place. It took much longer than I hoped, so let's quickly download it and click here. Okay, another thing we will have is drunk idle variation, because we need some idle variation, some idle animation. So one option is get drunk idle, but I think that I will go with this. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Download. Okay. One more thing we need to get is some jump animation. So let's try to find it, or simply write here jump and see what Adobe will find for us. Nope. We need some animation that will be on place. In place. I meant in place, you know what this is. This is weirdest animation for jumping I have ever seen, but you know what, let's go with it. We are making a drunk dude who can literally jump through the space, so why the hell not? Okay, and because we are making RPG and have a lot of weapons already loaded, let's get some attack animations. For example, X attack, that will look really good with those tiny hands of dear Rick. So let's look at this. That doesn't look that bad, but I think that I will go with standing meal attack 360. You can of course use whatever animation suits you. That's quite long, but I don't see a problem with that, so let's download it. Okay, now we have all the animations that we need, so let's get back to our project. Now we have everything, so let's start Rick's RPG. Let's, under title, let's call it second title, could be something like Adventures Begins or so. Honestly, I like meme formats of tutorials like that. I may do it much more often. Let me know in comments. I believe that you have already clicked like and so. So let's get to work. Let's get back to work. Well, first I click on content and make sure that you have Infinity Blade weapons folder right here. Now you will have quite a lot of weapons that you can use for whatever you need. You just need to click a lot to find the right one. Okay, engine will need some time to load it, but that's not what we are going to explore now. So let's dismiss it, not now. Oh, it loaded already, so let's look at it. These these weapons were made for mobile platforms, but I believe it can be used quite nicely even for computers. Okay, let's create new folder and call it Rick. You can call it character or however you want. Now we have all the assets that we need, so let's import them all into Unreal Engine, which is a little bit more struggle than you would think. So let's start with first one. Select it here and set everything as I have it. Make sure that you have import animation, skeletal mesh and import mesh. Skeleton should be set to none, which is absolutely alright. Import it all. Okay, now we can import all the address assets. So let's switch them here and we will have a little bit different setting. So disabled import mesh and make sure that skeleton is set to jump skeleton, which was created by the first asset. This will take a while. Okay, now it should finally work. To quickly test it, we can click on our skeletal mesh and preview animations. And they seem to work just fine. Oh, I'm a bit afraid that that hand will have problem with X once I attach it, which means that that animation wouldn't be exactly good for us, but we will see. That's not something you should worry about. Last thing, let's import textures. Okay, simply put them here and open it. I have only two texture packs, which is not necessarily a problem. It's possible that you will have different ones, so just try to match what is written there. If you are lucky, there will be written something to what actually is here, which means base color map to base color map, metallic to metallic, etc, etc, etc. For me it's a bit more lucky, I have only base color map. Okay, apply it. And I am applying it to I, right? Wonderful. Which is exactly why I am so lame. Apply it to I. Now it should work. Okay, and one more time with RICK, where we will apply the whole texture. So let's delete this and put here base color texture. And as well, apply it. Now you need to wait, because Unreal needs to compile all the shaders, but it will be quickly done. In the meantime, we can actually click on play and see what we can do in original for third-person character. And that's exactly what I just showed you. This text will be probably white in your case, but don't let yourself bother with it. You can simply walk around, look with your camera, etc, etc. But that's not what we are looking for. We will click on escape, delete everything we need. Okay, let's not delete anything. Go to edit third person character, right there in Word Outliner, maximize it, and go to viewport. Okay, this is third person character blueprint, and blueprint is a set of code and assets that creates the whole game. And that means the whole game is created by a lot of different blueprints that interact with each other. Everything you need to know. Okay, let's delete this guy because we are going for Pickle Rick. Find your skeletal mesh, and I believe that we called it jump, yes. And before that, let's not be stupid and actually rename it. Right click and rename. His name is Rick. Okay, and I don't think we need to take care of anything else for now. So let's again click on third person character, select it here. Now it's a little bit hard to click on it because we have deleted our mesh. So let's write here. Oh, you know what? I will actually show you a better way how to achieve that. Let's go to third person blueprint in the content folder, blueprints, third person character. And we are in viewport. And now let's click on mesh, and right there we can choose Rick, which is oversized. That's okay. That's normal. He is not from this world anyway. Okay, for that we will adjust scale. So click this little lock, which will make sure that all the axes are moving same. And let's set it to 0.5. Okay, that's way too much, 0.11. That's for a change, a little bit too little, that's too much. You need to find just right size. That's still not really good. Okay, in my case it's 0.25. Okay, great. Let's hide it and click on play. And wonderfully enough, we have Rick Sanchez in our game. He isn't moving or doing anything, but that's alright. Now we are going to bring him to life, but you can already move with him. He's just not really responding for that. Guess he's sleeping or drunk again. Okay, escape, and let's try to do something with that then. Okay. Let's go to our Rick folder and create here a new folder which will be for animations. And to clean that all up, we will select all these green animations and put them here. Yep, move there. I don't need you. Then create a new folder and call it materials. Click here, here, and here. Select all these and put it there. Okay, wonderful. So now what we need to do is to right click and start by creating animation blend space. Make sure, okay, one more thing I forgot to do. we need to rename our skeleton as well. Let's call it Rick skeleton. Wonderful. You can also rename your physical assets, but we are not going to use it, so physics assets, but we are not going to use it, so there is probably no need for that. You know what? Actually, go there. Don't even think about deleting that. Yeah, we will need it later. Okay, now we can create animation, blank space, and set it to Rick skeleton. Okay. And there is bug as again. Let's try to create it again here. In your case, there will probably won't be this kind of problem. Okay, there is a bit of a bug. Let's try to save it and open it again. No, it still doesn't work. You usually should be capable of clicking on that, and it didn't even save it. One more time. Blank space, Rick skeleton. And now it works. Sorry about that. In your case, it's possible that it will take some time to do that as well. Just try to create it one more time and one more time and another more times. That is a bug in current version of Unreal Engine. Hopefully it will be fixed once you will be trying that. Okay, now this is a blank space. Blank space is an asset which will help cross from one animation to other animation. So we now want to go from idle animation, which will be right here, to another animation, which is a walk, and that will be up here. You can set it right here. Then you have this green diamond, which will move along this axis. So it's swimming through these animations. Okay, but we still need to make some adjustments to this. Okay, we have horizontal axis and vertical axis left here. So let's start by changing, I believe, our horizontal axis to speed. Yes. And set it from 0 to only 1. Okay, we don't need to care about vertical axis. We will use only 1. What is that? Oh, we have done a mistake. I have switched them. Sorry about that. Let's set this back to none and set it to about 100. It doesn't matter. We won't use it. Okay, and this vertical one, let's set it to speed and from 0 to 1. Okay, save it. Great. Now make sure that your walk animation is up here to speed 1. And your idle animation is right here on speed 0. Okay, let's save it and close it. Okay, and rename it idle slash. Okay, we can't use slash, walk. So underscroll then. Be it if you want. Oh, alright then. Now let's create animation blueprint. For that we will again select a Rick skeleton and call it Rick anim underscore BP. Okay, double click on it or just click enter aside it. You know, do what I say, not what I do. Okay, which is another kind of asset that will help you cross between different kind of animations. So let's take our output pose, go from result and right here a new, and we are creating state machine. You probably don't need to name it because you will use only one. Double click on it, and every time you do something, make sure that you compile. It doesn't work now because we haven't set up anything. Okay, and from enter we will go with new state, and then state will be called walk. Oh, we can use slash probably here. Yes, walk underscore idle. Okay, double click on it. Compile again. Now we are doing something, and let's put here idle walk blend, which we created. Put it here and ignore everything else. For now it will be only in idle because speed is set to 0. Now we need to create setting that will, feature programming that will tell the game when it is in 0, which is when a character is not moving, and when it is in 1, when character is moving. Okay, and for that we need to go back to our third person character. Oh yes, this is blueprint setting which helps you move, but we actually don't need most of that. So let's disable gamepad input. Disable means delete, just get rid out of it. Get rid of whatever, just delete it. Okay, VR orientation, we don't need that. We need jump and we don't need touch input. These are only which we need. Okay. Now you on the right under movement input you will find input axis move forward, which is exactly what we are looking for, and before that we need to create new variable. Right here left. Create that and call it b like blueprint underscore speed. And set variable type, set right here into float. Compile. Okay, let's go here and set it. Which means that after you will get some information from here, it will set some specific number, and it will store it and save it into this b underscore speed variable. We need that because we want to access this variable from different blueprint, which wouldn't be possible otherwise. So now we have set this up, so let's go to animation BP and we need to get this speed. Okay, for that let's go to event graph, and right here this will every tick of the game, which is specific part of the game, something like frame, I believe it's almost frame, it will actually ask something to our character, which we'll set up right now. So we will cast to third person character, which is exactly this blueprint. So it will call to that third person character like, hey mate, can I have something from you? And he will say, yeah, sure mate. So for that, what we actually want from him is b underscore speed. Now how did I call it? Okay, sorry about that. You need to write there get b underscore. Okay, just write there get b speed. Is it possible? I did write there underscore. Okay, we have it, so there is no need to worry. But it's really weird. Okay, let's create here a new variable that will be called anim underscore speed. Set it again to float. And now we will create variable which will be inside this blueprint, which means animation blueprint, that will get this information from our character, which will be set here. So BC speed will set anim speed. Okay, let's connect it. Now go to walk idle and get our anim speed, get it, and compile it. Wonderful. Okay, let's see what it will do. Now click on play, which doesn't work because we haven't set up our RICK anim BP for that. So let's click on it, edit our third person character, and select right here in animation and set it to RICK anim BP. Great, now let's look how drunk he is. Jeez, I'm so satisfied with his drunkenness. Okay, now when we are doing nothing, we are not moving, he is in this idle animation. And now when we are walking, he is actually moving. Congratulations guys, we got a clap to ourselves. That was brilliant. You can see that these switches between animations are kinda weird. Kinda too fast, but that will be simply fixed by going to our blend space and set interpolation time to 0. Let's go with 3. Oh, what am I setting again? No. I am somewhere where I shouldn't be, I think so. Oh, that was actually right. I should do exactly that. Let's set it. Let me read it. Yeah, I believe that is right. Let's set it to 0.3 and interpolation time here for 0.3, which means that it will take 0.3 seconds to translate, transcript. I don't know, just go from one animation to other animation. I should really do something with that English. So let's see what it will do. Now it's much more smooth. Okay, that's actually really cool. Honestly, now we need another climber because this is brilliant, guys. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. We have drunkering on our game. It sometimes doesn't look really good, but that's a problem with animation, because as you can see, this animation takes a while before it starts. It doesn't necessarily start right away. So if I look from this perspective, it doesn't look better. That's a problem of animation, which we downloaded from Mixamo. You can do anything with that right now. So let's continue. And by that I mean let's create some let's create some attack, because we are going to kill somebody. Oh yes, I said it today, didn't I? Alright then, we've got content, infinity plate, weapons, yes, but for that we will do after that. Firstly, what we need to do is to go to our third person character. We will need our Rick animation blueprint and our third person character. You can disable this. Disable means delete again. We won't ever need it again, probably. At least not in this tutorial. So let's go to event graph and create input action. And that will be called keyboard, and let's set it to T, which means that once you press T, the code that I will set up right now will execute. For that we will need new variable, which will be called attack. Set it to boolean, which is simple variable that will say if something is true or isn't true, and we want to set it to true. And again, we are going to be casting it into Rick anim BP. So just to make sure we understand it, let's call it b_attack. Okay, and right there, let's create. Okay, it freezed for a moment. Let's continue. That was weird. Let's get from here b_attack. Again, get b_attack. And we'll create a new variable for that, which will be called anim_attack. And variable type will be again boolean. Compile it and set it. So set it by this, which means that value that will be from b_attack will be set to anim_attack. Okay, compile it, and now let's go back here to our anim graph, new state machine, and let's create some transitions. So we are going to right click and add state. That state will be called attack. Compile it and go in this attack. Okay, and for that we need this stand meaning attack 360, no scope, killed you noob. Okay, that's cool. And now we have set this state will have this animation, but now we need to get some transitions from that. So let's get arrow from here by clicking on this corner and put it here, and another one from here to here. So let's set up our roles. Okay, let's get this up and right here equal boolean, and get here this. What this means is that if anim_attack is true, which means this is equal to true, it will do this. In that case, it means go from walk animation to attack, which is doing right now. Okay, and let's set it back, and you know what? We are going to make it easier for ourselves. Let's just copy all that, Ctrl C, clicking here, Ctrl V. Okay, and set it to untrue, which means that if anim attack is equal to untrue, it will go from attack to walk idle, which is right now. Only if we press T, it will go to our attack animation. So let's try it. Now we can freely walk around. And let's press T, what it will do. And it will attack. Wonderful. Problem is that it won't ever go back. But that's what we are going to set up right now. Okay. Firstly, we need to figure out how long is that animation. So for that, let's go to our RICK folder, anim folder, and here we have standing mill attack. And somewhere here should be written how long that actually is. And it is 3.16 seconds. So for that, let's go to content, third person, nope. You know what, let's just click here because I am not going to. Oh, come on, I said here, thank you. Edit third person character, set here delay, and it was 3 seconds 13, I believe, and then we will set it back to untrue, which means that once you press T, it will set B attack to true, which means transit our animation from walk idle to attack animation, then wait for 3.13 seconds, and then go to, and then set it back to not true. Simple as that. Okay. And just by the way, it's 3.16. Okay. Compile it, click play. Okay, now we got run RICK, walking around, let's press T. He will attack with his invisible X, and then go back to being drunk. Wonderful. Okay, everything seems to work just fine. Attack one more time, but the problem that we have here is that once I attack, I am still moving around. Too bad, mate, too bad. So that's what we need to set up now. And for that we will code a little bit more. Hopefully you are already sweating. Okay, let's go here and this, oh no, we will start by stopping movement. So stop movement immediately, like right now, I'm not joking. And disable it, which means that you can't move anymore. Disable movement. Then it will wait for those 3.16 seconds. Enable B attack, and again we need to enable our walking stuff because we need to move. And to enable animation again, let's set it to set movement mode. Set movement mode and get it back to walking. Okay, that's cool. You got your first serious code. Congratulations, mate. Or lady. Whatever you are, congratulations. Okay, let's enable it and walk around. Now we can walk around, look at how drunk he is. Press T and we can't move anymore. Now once it ended, we can move again. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually pretty brilliant. Okay, let's click here. And our last thing, well, almost last thing we will do is to give him X. Because we want him to kill people, right? That's what we were talking about, mate. Okay, blueprint, third person character. And go back to viewport. By the way, if you are not satisfied with how that camera looks, you can enable it and make it more God of War like. For example, like this, as you can see. Well, for that I would have to move it like here. Now you can follow your drunken RICK all around. But that's not really what I'm going for right now. That's up to you. Okay, that was cool. So let's add here our new weapon. Okay, we want skeletal mesh, because we know that these meshes that we imported from that pack were skeletal. Click here and find X which you like. I'm just going to write X, and heavy X sounds about right. That sounds like something Rick would use. What do you think? You know, best would be if I would just give him pickle, but not gonna happen right now. Okay, give it a moment, it will load textures, but before that, Jesus, that's huge. Firstly, what we need to do is to make sure it's under our mesh. So let's take it slowly. Go to animation in under our mesh and pause it by clicking on this arrow and pause anim. Okay, cool. Now take this new skeletal mesh, rename it to X, and set it under our mesh. Great. And now what we will do is to set our mesh to follow specific bone in his body. Okay, and the bone which will be correct, click here on this eyeglass and set it to right something, for example right wrist. Okay, now it's somewhere where I wouldn't expect it, and you can move it around and set it just how you need. Okay, and to simply by enabling animation again, click on our mesh and disable pause animation. As you can see, that X is following exactly as we would like it to. So let's see how it looks while attacking. Okay, it looks kind of weird when he is like his hand like this, and the X is still following it. But let's not talk about that. Okay, he's Rick Sanchez. He can do whatever he wants. Okay. Now it walks just however we want. That's kinda cool. And press T, and he's attacking with it. Oh damn, that's actually pretty impressive. Okay, that's it. That was a lot of time, right? I'm pretty sure you're tired. You don't wanna know how tired I am. Okay. Anyway, we have set up this. We have workable character, which is something you should be actually really proud of, because it's not really simple. And we went really fast. Okay, but for this tutorial it's everything, and for the next tutorial I am going to actually ask you for what do you think should be there. My plan is to add there some NPC and some way to kill him, but if you have better idea or more ideas that we can add in other tutorials for this, because I want to make this quite a series or something like that. Series, but not literally a series, we will see. Okay, so if you enjoyed it, liked it, it was helpful in any way for you, please like and subscribe this video. That would really help me out. And that's everything from me. Thank you, have a nice day.